Good morning, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Company ZooBot Classes. And in this classes, today's my topic is neural control and coordination. Neural control and coordination is basically guarded by the nervous system. So, nervous system क्या है और ये किस तरीके से हमारी बॉडी में वर्क करता है, that we have to learn today. Now, the definition of nervous system. This is the system of neurons. Neurons means nerve fibers that form a network throughout the body for conducting information through electrical impulses so as to coordinate and control activities of different parts as well as provide appropriate response to both internal and external stimuli. सो जितने भी मैसेज हमारी बॉडी में एक्सटर्नली एंड इंटरनली आर कमिंग थ्रू अ स्टिमुलस, इट कैन बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू इलेक्ट्रिकल इम्पल्सेस बाय द nerve fibers and then give a appropriate result to us. तो वो किस तरीके से वर्क करेगा, that we have to learn. It works with 5 ways: stimulus, response, receptors, impulses and effectors. So, how message travels inside our body from one neuron to the other neuron, that I would like to explain with the help of this flow chart. एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट बात, अगर आपने मेरे चैनल को लाइक नहीं किया है, सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है एंड शेयर नहीं किया है, देन प्लीज हिट द बेल आइकन एंड गेट ऑल नोटिफिकेशन ऑफ न्यू वीडियोज इन योर मोबाइल. इन दिस चार्ट आई हैव मेड फ्यू वेज एंड दीज आर स्टिमुलस, रिस्पॉन्स, receptors, impulses, sensory neurons, relay or connector neurons, motor neurons or effector neurons. Receptors are also called sense organs, and the sense organs are eyes, nose, tongue, skin and ears. Impulses are generated inside our body in the form of electrical current. Sensory neurons, relay and connector neurons and motor neurons or effector neurons are called the nerve fibers. तो यहाँ पे मैंने एक वर्ड लिखा है टेस्ट. तो थ्रू टेस्ट टुडे वी विल लर्न अबाउट दिस चार्ट. ओके, तो आज हम खाएंगे पानी पूरी. खा लें? ठीक है, पानी पूरी खा लेते हैं. अब पानी पूरी खाने के लिए मेरे माइंड में मेरे रिसेप्टर्स ने एक इम्पल्स जनरेट की. कैसे? मेरे फ्रेंड्स ने बोला चलो आज पानी पूरी खाने बाहर चलते हैं. तो मेरी आईज ने उसकी पिक्चर डिपिक्ट करी मेरे माइंड के अंदर, टंग ने उसका टेस्ट लिया मुंह के अंदर सलाइवा के थ्रू, और स्किन ने उसको टच किया. कैसे? क्योंकि उसकी जो कुरकुरी टिक्की होती है वो मैंने टच करके फील की कि यार ऐसी होगी. ईयर्स ने इसको सुना और नोज ने उसके पानी की सोनी सोंधी खुशबू ली. So this is all about the way of receptors, how any taste come inside the body in the form of impulses. Now taste आया, टेस्ट इस रिसेप्टर्स के थ्रू मेरे सारे सेंस ऑर्गन्स के अंदर जनरेट हुआ. आफ्टर दैट स्टिमुलस हुआ. जैसे ये जनरेट हुआ तो एक इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल चेंज आए मेरी बॉडी के अंदर, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड स्टिमुलस. मीन्स बात होते से ही एक चेंज आया मेरे अंदर. ओके, दिस चेंज का मैंने रिस्पॉन्स दिया. किस वे में रिस्पॉन्स दूंगी? हाँ यार चलो चलते हैं खाने. ओके, सो ऑल दीज स्टिमुलस, रिस्पॉन्स, रिसेप्टर्स ने एक इम्पल्स जनरेट करी, एंड दिस इम्पल्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. Now, sensory neurons are collected all these impulses and directly poured inside the central nervous system. तो किसको दे देगी ये? सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम को. सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम में ऑलरेडी वी नो वेरी वेल रिले और कनेक्टर न्यूरॉन्स आर प्रेजेंट. तो ये क्या करेंगे? इसको मैसेज को इंटरप्रेट करेंगे, इस मैसेज को कंडक्ट करेंगे और प्रोसेसिंग करेंगे. अरे यार वो चाट वाला जो भैया है ना, वो टिक्की बहुत अच्छी बनाता है. उस चाट वाले भैया के यहाँ का पानी बहुत टेस्ट है. उस चाट वाले भैया के चलते हैं, थोड़ा दूर है यार. तो ऑल दीज मैसेजेस आर गैदर एंड कनेक्टिंग विथ ईच अदर इनसाइड माई ब्रेन, एंड वट एवर द रिजल्ट हैज़ कम that can be collected by the motor neurons and directly delivered into my all these receptors. So in this way, all these receptors or ways or neurons transmit one message into the another neuron. So this is the structure of nerve cells or neurons. So neurons or nerve cells are the structural and functional unit of nervous system. They are specialized cells to receive, conduct and transmit messages in the form of electrical impulses. It is very long and sometimes it reaches up to 90 to 100 centimeter in length. Every neuron has three parts. One is cell or cyton, second one is dendrites or dendrons, and third one is the axon. Now this cell body is rounded, pyriform and broad in shape. It contains centrally located nucleus and dense cytoplasm. It also contains all different types of cell organelles except centrioles. Why? Because of the absence of centrioles, neurons cannot divide. Endoplasmic reticulum consists of ribosomes and form granule-like structures. तो ये आप granule-like structures देख रहे हैं. This is called Needle's granules. Some neurofibrils are also present in this cell body. Okay, now the second one is dendrites. Dendrites are basically fine branched cell process. Dendrons receive all messages from outside and inside of the body and deliver directly into the cytoplasm of the cell. This is the longest part of the neuron and this part is called axon. Okay. The point from where the axon is originated from the cell, this part is called axon hillock. तो ये जो part है ये axon hillock का है. The main important function of axon hillock is to generate action potential. Okay. Inside the axon, exoplasm is present. तो ये dotted structure क्या है हमारा exoplasm. Over the axon, a thin layer of phospholipid is present and this is called myelin sheet. Now, this myelin sheet is covered by a thin cell membrane and called neurolemma or sheet of Schwann cells. Inside the neurolemma, some nucleus structures are present and these are called nucleus of Schwann cells. The main function of myelin sheet is to act as an insulator and prevents leakage of ions and conserve axon's energy. Some notches are also present between these two axons and this notch is called node of Renvoyer. At the terminal end of this axon, few branches are delivered and these branches like structure are called telodendria. Inside the telodendria, more mitochondria and neurofibrils are present, but Needle's granules are absent over here. At the end of these branched telodendria, some button-shaped structures are present and these button-shaped structures are called synapses or synaptic vesicles. Inside this synaptic vesicles, a neurotransmitter organic chemical is present and this is called acetylcholine with the help of choline acetyltransferase enzyme. Different types of neurons are also present inside our body and they are, first one is unipolar. In this unipolar, one cyton and single process that bifurcates. तो ये आप process देख रहे हैं single, ये bifurcate हो गया और one cyton. It is basically present inside the embryonic stage. Second one is bipolar. In this bipolar, cyton is spindle shape and has two processes. वन एट ईच एंड. तो आप ये देख रहे हैं ये स्पिंडल शेप्ड है और दोनों एंड पे इसके साइटोन के प्रोसेसेस हैं. एग्जाम्पल ईयर एंड रेटिना ऑफ आई. नाउ द मल्टीपोलर. मल्टीपोलर ये आप देख रहे हैं मल्टीपोलर किस तरीके का है ये. एवरीथिंग इज प्रेजेंट इन दिस मल्टीपोलर न्यूरॉन. साइटोन हैज सेवरल प्रोसेसेस. वन इज लॉन्ग and forms the axon. So this is basically axon and this is telodendria. Clear? Example cerebral cortex. So where it is present inside the cerebral cortex. Pseudo-unipolar. The cell has only axon. This is this small axon, but a small process develop from axon. एक छोटा सा process axon से develop होगा, which act as dendron, and it act as a dendron. Dorsal root ganglia of spinal cord is the common example. Apolar or non-polar neuron. Cell processes are either absent or, if present, are not differentiated in axon and dendrons. Example, hydra, cells of retina. Now, the neurons are of three types: sensory or afferent nerves. They contain sensory fibers. Example, olfactory, optic, and auditory cranial nerves. Second one is motor or afferent nerves. They contain motor nerve fibers, oculomotor, pathetic, abducens, spinal accessory, and hypoglossal cranial nerves. Mixed nerves, they contain both sensory and motor nerve fibers. Trigeminal, facial, glossopharyngeal, and vagus cranial nerves are mixed nerves. 5 types of receptors are also present inside our body. First is visual receptors. Example is eyes, and through eyes we have to see. Second one is olfactory receptors, and example is nose, and through nose we have to smell. Auditory receptors, and example is ears, and through ears we have to hear. Gustatory receptors, example is tongue, and through tongue we have to take taste. And last one is sensory receptors, and sensory receptors are skin, and through skin we have to touch. So all these nerve fibers present inside our brain in the form of masses, and these masses are nuclei, ganglia, neuroglia, tracts, etc. So let's start the learning of all these structures. First one is nuclei. Nuclei means masses of nerve cells or neurons inside the central nervous system. तो कहाँ होगा ये nerve का masses? Central nervous system में. This is called nuclei. Ganglia, masses of nerve cells, neurons that present in the peripheral nervous system are called ganglia. तो कहाँ होगा ये? Peripheral nervous system में. Ganglia are ovoid structures containing cell bodies of neurons and glial cells, supported by connective tissue. Its function, like relay stations, means one nerve enters and another exits. सो एग्जाम्पल स्पाइनल गैंग्लियन. ये देखिए, ये एग्जाम्पल है स्पाइनल गैंग्लियन का. इसमें एक नर्व एंटर हो रही है तो दूसरी एग्जिट हो रही है. अगेन एक नर्व एंटर हो रही है तो दूसरी एग्जिट हो रही है. इन दिस वे इट विल कंप्लीट इट्स ऑल फंक्शन. आई हैव ट्राइड टू एक्सप्लेन एवरी स्ट्रक्चर विद द हेल्प ऑफ डायग्राम. लेट्स स्टार्ट. नर्व्स. द बंडल ऑफ नर्व फाइबर्स इन द पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम आर कॉल्ड नर्व्स. सो ये एक नर्व के अंदर, ये एक बहुत ब्रॉड नर्व है, इसके अंदर बंडल्स ऑफ नर्व फाइबर्स बने हुए हैं और हर बंडल का अपना एक लेयर है. क्लियर? आफ्टर दैट द आउटर लेयर ऑफ दिस ब्रॉड नर्व फाइबर इज कॉल्ड एपिन्यूरियम. फिर उन्होंने क्या किया है? वन बंडल ऑफ नर्व फाइबर्स हैज टेकन आउट फ्रॉम दिस ब्रॉड नर्व एंड इलॉबरेटेड इट. तो जिसको इलॉबरेट किया फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट, इट इज कॉल्ड fascicle. ओके. आफ्टर दैट द आउटर लेयर ऑफ fascicle इज कॉल्ड पेरिन्यूरियम. इनर लेयर विच इज सराउंडेड बाय अ लेयर ऑफ कनेक्टिव टिश्यू. ये आप देख रहे हैं येलो येलो मैटर जो है, दिस इज बेसिकली कॉल्ड एंडोन्यूरियम. नाउ दिस इज द axon that we know very well. This is the myelin sheet. So think about the complicated structure of all nerves. This is the structure of complicated neuroglial cells or neuroglial cells or glial cells or glia, which are present inside the brain. And these are very important. They formed a network. They convey all messages and pass it from one neuron to the another neuron. न्यूरोग्लिया मीन्स न्यूरो मीन्स नर्व एंड ग्लिया मीन्स ग्लू. सो नर्व को फेविकोल करने वाला न्यूरोग्लिया. न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स आर स्पेशलाइज्ड cells found in the brain and spinal cord. About 50% of the brain cells are neuroglial cells. Neuroglia cells are astrocytes. So ये देखिए astrocytes, oligodendrocytes and microglia. So first one is astrocytes. As the name suggests, astrocytes are star-shaped and assisted the impulses to pass from one neuron to the another neuron with the help of calcium ion channel. So see, they are attached with every neurons, and in this way they have passed all the messages from one neuron to the another neuron. At the terminal end of some astrocytes, they have vascular field and take part in the formation of blood-brain barrier. BBB or blood-brain barrier prevents the entry of large-sized particles, ions or proteins from blood. कहाँ से रोकेगा? From blood into the extracellular material of the brain. It is very essential for keeping the brain in a separate compartment. So ये देखिए brain के 4 compartment are over here and every compartment having a separate value. The main function of astrocytes are they repair the damaged areas of the nervous tissue and regulation of extracellular ionic concentration around the neurons. Clear? They are present in brain and spinal cord and provide mechanical support to the neurons. Second one is the oligodendrocytes. These oligodendrocytes form myelin sheet. तो ये आप myelin sheet देख रहे हैं लाइट ब्लू कलर का around the axon that lie within the central nervous system. It means they are present inside the brain and the spinal cord. Oligodendrocytes act as an insulating sheet on the axons of nerve fibers. Now the third one is microglia. Microglia engulf microbes and cellular debris. Thus microglia are phagocytic in nature. So आपको मेरा ये वीडियो कैसा लगा? Please write comments in the comment box. Good day to all.